Hello, everybody. I am currently in footy pajamas and I am very comfortable. So, today we're going to be doing another installment of self care through the Advent calendar using the calendar and the symbolism from my childhood Advent calendar. Today, we are doing the apple. Lovely little apple. So, with the apple, I am trying very hard not to think about a movie I watched that had totally different symbolism of apple. And we are not going into the Adam and Eve-ness of apples either. We're going to talk about how energies around you do affect you, and what you consume in every sense of the word energetically does change like who you are and how you behave and how you treat yourself. So what you eat, like eat as in food and consume that way, changes at your actual vibration. And so if you're vibrating higher and faster, you're able to take care of yourself better. And other times it's about what you're consuming, as in the media that you're consuming. So we've all been guilty of doom scrolling on TikTok. We have all been guilty of being an upturned turtle watching Netflix. And none of that is bad if you're doing it in a mindful way. If you're splurging, remember, guilty pleasures are only guilty if you feel guilty. But it's about truly consuming things that are actually for your highest and best. So this, again, includes your food. This includes the media that you watch. So the books, the music, the social media, and the movies and TV that you watch. This also includes the people you have around you. So it's any energy that you are interacting with. It's any energy that you could be susceptible to. Some people are much more susceptible to energy, which is why shielding during this time of year is so important. And we're going to quickly go over how to shield, because that's just good to know in general. So shielding is what you do. It's a bubble that goes all the way around you, over your head, under your feet, and it comes from the inside out. A shield is not throwing up a wall, because then everything inside is trapped in there. So what you want to do is have it push from the inside out, wherever it feels natural to push. Some people push from the powerhouse of their stomach, some people from their heart center, some people from their throat, their mind, anywhere you feel. Push it from your foot. Heel kick negativity out of your life. Absolutely. I am for that too. So anywhere that you want to put it, set the intention, and then slowly push the energy out, and you'll feel the energy push out until you have be a bubble around you, and then you fortify the bubble, and that's basically a shield. I teach an entire class about shielding, about the foundations of spiritual health, but that, in a very quick nutshell, is how you would shield. And sometimes you have to shield. Most of the time I suggest shielding on a daily basis, because sometimes things are overwhelming. Sometimes things are negative. Sometimes we take things personally without meaning to, especially during Mercury retrograde, which Mercury went retrograde on the 13th, and we will be ringing in the new year with Mercury retrograde. Isn't that just delightful? So Mercury will be in retrograde until the 1st of January. That means that communication, technology, the past coming back to fuck you in the ass without lube, is all going to be happening. With that, do not become a self-fulfilling prophecy. When I first started my business and being a psychic spiritual advisor, a lot of people freaked out around Mercury retrograde, to the point where, like, I was in the car with someone in Minnesota winter and it almost caused a car accident, because they were screaming at me while I was driving in Minnesota winter. So the roads are all ice in Minneapolis. And they kept screaming that it's Mercury retrograde. We're going to get an accident. We're going to get an accident. That's what's going to cause the accident. You freaking out is what's going to cause an accident. If you do not lose your shit, you will be fine. Some people go through Mercury retrograde and don't even notice that anything happens. And that is delicious for them. Thank you. Yes. Blessed by the baby Jesus. Not all of us are like that. Some of us are very sensitive to the moon cycles and the way the planets interact with each other. So it's just something to be aware of during this Advent time, to do a little bit more self-care. Make sure you're double checking that there's no miscommunication moving forward, and be aware of what you're consuming. Again, what you listen to, what you watch, and you may enjoy it or it may be like a guilty pleasure. I know that for me, my guilty pleasure is truly, honestly, trash TV. I watch Love is Blind. I've watched every season. It's trash. It's garbage. It's 100% empty calories. I've watched every season and I have some very real opinions about the couples. And I watch it, but if I watch it too much, I can definitely feel my energy shift and I become more judgy and more critical of myself and also other people. So do things to the point where you enjoy them. Don't overdo it to the point where it will like affect your energy or change your energy. Be aware of the people that you're around because that will affect how you feel. Anything that is energy, which is everything, your body consumes. And whatever your body consumes, that's what makes your reality. And it just depends on what you want your reality to be. Is it harder to be mindful about what energy you're around? Absolutely. Is it worth it? Hell yes. Hell yes. It makes your life so much easier. If you're willing to put the extra effort into your self-care, your life gets at least twice as easy. I would love to like sensationalize and say 10 times. No, but it definitely gets half as hard as it is now. If you commit to your self-care and you're mindful about it and you put in the effort, your life will get easier. But how? But how? When you're doing more and you're putting so much, who's putting pressure? Who's putting pressure? Because your self-care should not feel pressure because then it's not self-care. Then it's an obligation, and an obligation is not self-care. So make sure that your self-care is coming from the right intention and the right mindset. Then it makes it so much easier. You do not need to be that hard on yourself during this holiday season. Watch what you consume in every sense of the word. This one is going to be a little bit shorter because my back is killing me today. And I will have to be practicing self-care, but it's also because this one, without any side tangents, besides the Mercury retrograde side tangent that I just went on, is really simple. Be mindful about what energy you're allowing into your life, set healthy boundaries, follow through with the consequences if your boundaries get crossed, and move forward with the fearless fabulousness that you were meant to have. Go forth, be the hero of your own story. If you are having trouble with your self-care, remember that the link is in the bio and we will get you taken care of so that your holiday season does not suck ass. Go forth and have a fabulous day.